So he contacted one of the specialists, and he told him that you have some Shia soldiers within your faylaq or your brigade. There are some Shia soldiers, they are not allowing, they're causing some kind of trouble. We had some Shia soldiers who used to cause, let's say they make the tank faulty and so forth to avoid proceeding. Even with the Iraq-Iran war, they used to cause trouble, so they won't actually succeed in their attack against Iran. So he said you got some problem with some Shia soldiers. Try to do something that you get rid of the Shia soldiers and then you can invade Karbala. So he made an announcement. He was a Satan, that those who want to stay in the border of Karbala and they don't actually enter Karbala, stay this side. And those who want to join me and attack Karbala, be this side. Of course, the Shia soldiers wanted to avoid attacking and having a share in destroying the Imam's shrine, salamullah alayhi. So they stayed on this side, and those who wanted the Nasibi, the non-Shia, went to the other side. So he killed all the Shia soldiers on the border of Karbala. Then they went into Karbala, they overtook the Haram and so forth. The Mujahideen, they ran away from the other doors. Those who were captured were killed. So he stood in the Bain al-Haramain, in that area that you can see the Zuwar, they stay there, they walk around. And he called his boss, the tyrant, the butcher of Baghdad. And he said to him, "Oh master, I'm standing now, astaghfirullah, between the two idols of the Shia, na'udhu billah, la'natullah alayh. أنا واقف بين الصنمين, na'udhu billah." The man, the commander who was behind this evil man, he was a Shia. He came with them. He knew the story, he knew the plan. He wanted to avoid to be killed. He said, "I had my gun and I thought of killing this man, but I was scared." He just a bullet and that's it. But he was scared, he didn't do it. He said after the consequences of the attack on Karbala and the story finished, he said, "I saw a dream that Imam al-Hussein salamullah alayh, he came to take those soldiers who were killed, who refused to enter Karbala and invaded. He was taking them with himself to go. He said, I chased the Imam salamullah and I said, Sayyidi, I'm with you." He said, "No, أنت روح ويا حسين كامل, go with Hussein Kamil. Don't come with me." نعوذ بالله. ولعن الله أمة خذلتك. So the test of Ashura was so difficult, brothers and sisters. It wasn't that easy. Many people failed the test. Some of them came on their way, they met the Imam salamullah alayh. The Imam invited them to join him in Karbala. They said, one of them said, "I have some debts to go and pay." And he left and he never joined. The other said, "Well, I need to take some belongings and money to give it to my family and come back, and then I join." And he never came. Or I think he came late and so forth. Karbala was a unique event. And the Ashab also were unique. Those who joined the Imam salamullah alayhi were unique. So the Imamah of Ahlul Bayt salamullah alayhim is on top of everything. Nobody can manipulate and tries to bring somebody else in the place of the Imam salamullah alayhim ajma'in. والله يا أبا خالد لنور الإمام في قلوب المؤمنين أنور من الشمس المضيئة بالنهار وهم والله. The Imam continues, وهم والله ينورون قلوب المؤمنين. The Ahlul Bayt, they would enlighten the hearts of the mu'mineen. ويحجب الله عز وجل نورهم عمن يشاء فتظلم قلوبهم. And Allah would, those who reject Ahlul Bayt, those who are stubborn on following other than Ahlul Bayt, the enemies of Ahlul Bayt, Allah will put some kind of a curtain that makes their hearts dark. They live in ظلمات. ويحجب الله عز وجل نورهم عمن يشاء فتظلم قلوبهم. والله يا أبا خالد لا يحبنا ويتولانا، لا يحبنا عبد ويتولانا حتى يطهر الله قلبه. Nobody loves Ahlul Bayt except after the purification by Ahlul Bayt سلام الله عليهم. ولا يطهر الله قلب عبد حتى يسلم لنا. And Allah won't purify the hearts of the believers or the faithful, those who love Ahlul Bayt, unless they submit themselves to Ahlul Bayt. In other words, you have to come forward and submit yourself to Ahlul Bayt سلام الله عليهم. ويكون سلما لنا, and to be with our side. إني سلم لمن سالم حرب لمن. I'm with you in peace, in peace, in war, in war. I support you all, Ahlul Bayt سلام الله عليهم. So the Imamah and the Khilafah has no place in any member of the companions of the Sahaba of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. No way. Now, Ibn Abbas, once he met Umar ibn Khattab. He met him and he saw him in an unsettled situation. He wasn't feeling well. He said to him, "That what's wrong with you?" He said, "Wallahi ibn Abbas, إني فكرت فلم أدر في من أجعل هذا الأمر بعدي." He said, "Oh Ibn Abbas, I thought about this matter of Khilafah, that who shall I give the Khilafah after my departure?" Subhanallah. It is as if you're giving somebody a restaurant to take over the restaurant management. It's the leadership of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. ثم قال لعلك ترى صاحبك لها أهلا. Maybe you see your صاحب, your master, Ali alayhi salam, he is more capable of taking the Khilafah issue, the leadership after me. Ibn Abbas said, وَمَا يَمْنَعُهُ مِنْ ذَلِكَ. Why not? Yes, Ali alayhi salam. He became happy, excited. Yes, let's have Ali alayhi salam at least. He missed 2 sessions, Abu Bakr session, Umar session. Now let him have the Khilafah. وَمَا يَمْنَعُهُ مِنْ ذَلِكَ مَعَ جِهَادِهِ وَسَابِقَتِهِ وَقَرَابَتِهِ وَعِلْمِهِ. He has all that attributes of bravery, of being the first person who announced Islam, his knowledge, his kinship with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, so close to him. So why not? قال أي عمر صدقت, you're right, he deserves it. ولكنهم رأوا فيه دعابة. Interesting. He says Ali alayhi salam, he makes a lot of jokes. Ahlul Bayt are the Ahlul Bayt of Rahmah. They smile, they talk to people with nice, with akhlaq. He calls this akhlaq, this smiling, he's a joker. Na'udhu billah. امرؤ فيه دعابة. No, you want somebody who is ugly, who hits people with his stick, as Umar had a stick. Darrat Umar, it's very famous. He hits people with it, with anger, fear. قلت فأين أنت من عن طلحة. Ibn Abbas said, okay, let's leave Ali alayhi salam, you don't like him. What about Talha ibn Ubaydillah? Prominent Sahabi. قال, interesting, Umar said, ذو البأو وبإصبعه المقطوعة. He shows a lot of pride and he shows off. I don't like him. Okay, you don't like him? Okay, you don't like him. Next one. قلت فعبد الرحمن أي ابن عوف, another important صحابي, قال رجل ضعيف لو صار الأمر إليه لوضع خاتمه في يد امرأته. Interesting. He says he's a weak man. If he takes the over, the leadership will be given to his wife. She will do the orders. فقلت الزبير. Okay, زبير بن عوام. What about زبير? Another important صحابي. قال شكس لقس يلاطم في النقيع في صاع من بر. In other words, Zubayr has a bad temper, bad akhlaq. I don't like him. قلت ابن عباس فسعد بن أبي وقاص, another important صحابي, companion. سعد بن أبي وقاص, عمر ibn Sa'ad, the killer of Abi Abdullah al-Hussein, his son. سعد بن أبي وقاص. What about this gentleman? قال صاحب سلاح ومقنب. The man is the man of gangsters. He wants every day to make a fight. Hit this one, stab this one. We don't like such a person. قلت عثمان. عثمان, the نورين, as they say, with two lights, وطني and مولد. قلت عثمان. What about Uthman ibn Affan, who at the end of the day he won the leadership? قال أوه means he said, 3 times. He didn't like Uthman at all. And then he said, والله لئن وليها ليحملن بني أبي معيط على رقاب الناس ثم لتنهض العرب إليه. He says, no, Uthman, no. If he becomes the Khalifa, the leader, he will bring his own clan, his tribe, Bani Umayyah. And then he will make the Arabs to uprise against him and kill him. And that's what happened. He foretold, if one comes to power, they will kill him. And I was right, they killed him. ثم قال, Umar said, Ya ibn Abbas, he confesses here, subhanallah, many confessions. Maybe if somebody sits down and researches and brings all the confessions of those 3, it might be more than a book, more than a volume. Ya ibn Abbas, إنه لا يصلح لهذا الأمر إلا خصف العقدة. That this position, the leadership, is not suitable except for that person who fixes his laces, shoelaces. Amir al-Mu'minin used to fix his own shoelaces as a form of humbleness, to show the Imam to be humble. قليل الغرة لا تأخذه في الله لومة لائم. He never fears anyone except Allah. ثم يكون شديدا من غير عنف. He would be strong on the enemies, but without using any force. He allowed the Khawarij to live, although they uprised against him, until they start to kill innocent Muslims. لينا من غير ضعف. He's lenient but without weakness. To the end of his كلام قال ثم أقبل علي بعد أن سكت هنيئة. Then he gave another confession. وقال أجرأهم والله إن وليها أن يحملهم على كتاب ربهم وسنة نبيهم. I swear to God, he will, if he takes over the leadership, he will implement the book of Allah and the tradition of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. To the end of his confessions. So there's no way for the so-called Ahlul Sunnah to come and say, no, Sahaba are the best. We have to follow them because the rest of the companions followed them and they gave the bay'ah. The confessions of the leaders themselves ignore this. Ignore the fact that the shura or the election was even right, because Umar says, I have to find somebody. Where's the shura then? And he actually appointed Uthman after his death. In his deathbed, he appointed Uthman, but in a so-called al-lajna al-sudasiyah. He made a gathering to be 6 people to choose one of them, but at the end of the day it fell on Uthman in a conspiracy, in a detailed conspiracy which I don't have the time to mention. So all the idea of the shura and the khilafah was all never implemented, even in their own declarations. And of course, Ahlul Bayt, in many occasions they spoke about it. لَقَدْ تَقَمَّصَهَا Ibn Abi Quhafa, the Imam, said that Abu Bakr wore the shirt, the cloth of Khilafah, that doesn't belong to him. It is like somebody who wears the white, the coat, the shirt of the doctor, and pretends to be a doctor. لَقَدْ تَقَمَّصَهَا Ibn Abi Quhafa. Ahlul Bayt are Anwar that Allah created. خلقكم الله أنوارا فجعلكم بعرشه محدقين. We read in زيارة الجامعة. Allah created them as Anwar, enlightenment around His throne, His arsh, and made their obedience obligatory as He made the obedience of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam obligatory. Ibn Shabib came to Imam Rida Salamullah alayhi. The Imam Salamullah alayhi told him, Ya Ibn Shabib, إن سرك أن تلقى الله عز وجل ولا ذنب عليك فزر الحسين. If you want to meet the hereafter without a sin, then visit Imam al-Hussein Salamullah alayhi. يا ابن شبيب إن سرك أن تسكن الغرف المبنية في الجنة مع النبي صلى الله عليه وآله فلعن قتلة الحسين. If you want to join the Prophet صلى الله عليه وآله in paradise, in a position close to him, near to him, then curse the qatil and the killer of Al-Hussein سلام الله عليه. يا ابن شبيب إن سرك أن يكون لك من الثواب مثل لمن استشهد مع الحسين عليه السلام فقل متى ذكرته يا ليتني كنت معهم فأفوز فوزا عظيما. If you want to gain the thawab of the shuhada in Karbala, then say this, that I wish I could have been with them and I would have been the winner with them. Salamullahi alayhim ajma'in. يا ابن شبيب إن سرك أن تكون معنا في الدرجات العلى من الجنان فاحزن لحزننا وافرح لفرحنا وعليك بولايتنا. Imam orders us, if you want to be with us in paradise, then celebrate